Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Black Bear Ranch. It's late February 2023. This morning, it's Saturday morning. It's about -8 degrees Celsius, which for those of you in Fahrenheit should be about 18 or 20. So it's a nice morning. We are supposed to get about 10 to 20 centimeters of snow tonight. So what would that be? About a foot or so snow this afternoon. And if I look off in the distance over there, we can kind of see it coming. It's starting to come down a little bit right now. So we're just preparing. We're down at our hay barn here. So we've got about 8 acres in hay on Black Bear Ranch. And we did haying last July. It was a little bit late. We should have done it in June, but we had some obligations, so we couldn't. So we did it in July. And then our second cut we did in mid-September, again, a bit later than normal. We got a total of about 550 bales, so about 450 the first cut and about 100 the second cut. And we're probably about a third of the way through that. So we're going to have hay left over this year, which is great, I'm sure, because we only need to feed the horses until probably late March, early April. So just down, we're going to bring 10 bales up to the tack shed. We've got some hay storage up beside our tack barn. So the little Kubota, you'll see us using this little Kubota. It's an RTV 900. I think it's about a 2006. This one has about 1,000 hours on it, so it's still relatively new. This little side-by-side in the background, it's an amazing little vehicle. We just take it everywhere. It is so handy. It's a little 3-cylinder diesel. So we only fill it up with 20 liters of diesel every month or so, and we use it multiple times a day during the winter and the summer. So it's great. So we'll see if I can set up a time lapse for you here, and you can watch me put 10 bales of hay on this thing. Okay, so there we are, all loaded up. I got 10 bales on. I got a few second cuts and a few first cuts. For those of you who don't know the difference, because a year ago I didn't. The first cut tends to be a little less dense and less nutrient rich. If you look closely, you can actually see the difference in the bottom one there with the blue string is second cut. And you can see it's darker and greener than the first cut. I mean, color doesn't mean everything, but the second cut tends to be a bit more nutritious. So this is all horse hay. So for horse people, they don't use those plastic wrapped round bales. I mean, we might use round bales, but not the plastic wrapped ones. Those are a completely different thing. That's called silage or haylage. It's wetter hay. This is really dry hay, so this is good for horses. And yeah, horses seem to like it. So we'll bring this up to the tack shed and unload it there. We're making a quick stop at the chicken coop because it's below freezing. We want to make sure that if there are any eggs left, it's about, 9 o'clock right now. So Holly came down a couple hours ago and got the initial batch of eggs. We're just going to make sure that there's no more. If there are, we don't want them freezing here because then they'll crack. So let's go in and say hi to the kids. Hello, everybody. Yeah, there's Kevin and Chris. I'll let you figure out their last names. And yeah, we got a few eggs. So I got like 5 or 6. So let's go get those. Say back to this. Thank you. Good girls. Thank you for the eggs. Okay, you got water, your heat lamp, your food's full. Everybody's happy. Oh, you see there, guys. Oh, Get back there, Kevin, please. Yeah, I know. Okay. Sorry, what was that you were saying? Yeah, I thought so. Actually not bad in there, it's pretty warm. And here comes the snow. Okay, we'll resume our trip up to the hay shed. Okay, so here we are up at our tack shed. It's kind of, I don't know, I keep changing the name every time I talk about it. It's part tack room, so we've got kind of a heated tack room over there, and then we've got, right behind me here is kind of a hitching post and some rubber matting on the ground, and if we need to groom the horses or whatever, it's nice to do it under cover, and then we've got lighting. And then over here, try not to slip and fall. We've got some hay storage area, so I don't know how much it'll hold, probably 50 bales or more, but right now we're just kind of bringing them up 10 at a time in the side by side. And we feed about in the colder weather, about 2.5 bales a day for these 7 horses. And then, of course, as the snow starts to melt and the grass starts to come out, we won't need to feed them as much, and then eventually not at all. Okay, so there's the bales of hay stacked in the hay storage area up here. And as you saw Henry driving up, he's right there. Big black Henry. And our other horses, I'm not sure if you can see them over there, but there's 3 in this closer field and then 3 in the far field, which is our hay field. And yeah, you can definitely see the snow coming here. So I left a bale in the back so that when we feed them tonight, we don't have to come up here and get another bale. We can just use that one in the back. And then my next job is going to be with the skid steer, and we've got a hydraulic snowblower that goes on the front of it that's sitting over there right now, and the skid steer's down there. So we're going to bring the skid steer up here and put the hydraulic snowblower on it, so we're ready if we do get a foot of snow tonight. Okay, we're down here at the skid steer. This is for those of you who might be skid steer geeks. I guess there are people. This is a New Holland L190. I think it's about 2004 or something like that. It's only got about 700 hours on it. Clearly it wasn't used very much. As you can see, we've got chains on the tires. It's pretty icy in some areas here, so we don't obviously use these in the summer, but in the winter right now. And then we've got a plow, a fixed angle plow, like it's not hydraulic or anything like that, just a simple plow on the front. My concern, though, is that if we get a foot of snow tonight, the plow's not going to cut it. So now, normally I plug this thing in, the block heater in, but I did not last night and this morning, so it should be interesting and see if it starts very well. I think it does have one of its glow plugs that's not working properly, so it does puke a lot of blue out here until it warms up, but we'll give it a try and see. Okay, let's see. This thing will start. Wait for the glow plug to go out. Two, one. Here we go. That'll go off in a second. Yeah, it's not super happy, that's for sure. going to drop this off up in the corner. It's kind of tricky to do because it usually involves hands on both control sticks, plus I'm holding a camera. So try and do this here. So I'm going to lower this down. You'll see those things slide out. And I'll back up. And slide those out at the same time if I can. There we go. Hydraulic issues, we have the snowblower hooked up, so we're in the riding ring here, which is a flat sand floor, so I know I'm not going to run into anything, and I'm just going to test it to make sure it works. And so it hooks up down there. You can see the hydraulic lines coming up into the skid steer. So the skid steer has these front hydraulics. It's controlled by a foot pedal, and I can go make it go one way or the other way, like reverse the flow if I want to. And then you can see an electric cable there as well, like that connects to this little thing here, and it has a left, right, up, and down, and that's for the spout, the nozzle there on the top. So you can see a little hydraulic behind it. When the hydraulics are running, I can push those buttons and I can swivel that spout around and adjust the flap on top. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to foot pedal. Oh, there it goes already. And then drive forward. And so there we go. And then I can adjust the throw. I've still got the hydraulics going. We're just not moving, so I don't have any snow. And then adjust that up and down if I want. So it's just pretty heavy wet snow here right now because this is stuff we got a few weeks ago, but yeah, so there we go. That's the snowblower in action. We're everybody's best friend when it really snows hard. Yeah, so there's the snowblower after our test. You can see it just looks like your regular home snowblower if you have one, but 85 inches wide, I think, and hydraulically powered off the skid steer. So pretty handy. And once you get that on there with the skid steer with chains, there's not a lot that can stop this thing. So our neighbors don't have these, so we will typically clear our driveway and then also clear clear our driveway and then also clear the road up at the top, which serves the three houses that are down at the end of the street here. As you can see, the forecasted snow is starting to come down. So we did hay this morning, brought up some hay for the horses from the hay barn, as you saw, maybe, and also did a little bit of snowblower prep. So we're ready to go for when all this snow falls this afternoon. Oh, here comes Henry. Let's go say hi to Henry before we end. Hello, Henry. How are we, big boy? Yeah. Hi. We need to put some French braids in you or something like. Whoa, hello. Yeah, hi, big boy. Staying nice and warm? Yeah. You had a good breakfast today, didn't you? All right. Enjoy the snow, Henry. Well, once again, thanks for watching, and Leave your comments in the sections below if you want, and if you don't want, that's fine too. From snowy Kamloops, British Columbia, have a great weekend.